Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 28 of the January daily draws. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Linestrider Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And our card today is the Five of Swords. And this is all about picking our battles. To me, this is what the Five of Swords is all about. Just my take on it, the way I've connected with it through experience. And I've had some experience with this card. A couple of years ago, I couldn't get away from it. And the lesson that this card taught me was that we can't win every battle. And some things are just not worth fighting over. Sometimes the way to win the fight is to walk away, to move on from it, to live to fight another day, rather than try and pursue a fruitless pursuit of victory. And because to me, this is the person walking away, going off into the distance. This is the person here that seems to have won. He's got all the swords here, the 5 swords. He's like won the trophies, but does he look victorious? He's almost sat dejected in defeat. And sometimes when we take things too far because we want to win the argument. I mean, this is obviously doesn't have to be a physical battle. This is really, because this is swords, this is like of the mind, of the communication. This could be like a kind of a debate or an argument over something. And we want to come out on top at all costs. But should it be at all costs? Is what we're fighting for really worth it, worth the cost of what we're actually gaining? We may technically think that we've come out on top, but when we, in the cold light of day, we realize what our so-called victory entails, what have we really won? What has it gained us? And it may have lost us something. May have lost us a friend, a relationship, because we valued winning the argument above, the friendship, the relationship. We didn't care about the person we were arguing with, or we were debating with, or what we're having a disagreement with. All we cared about was winning the argument, being proved right. We want to be right. And so often, in the pursuit of being right in every occasion, sometimes we lose track of what's really important. And it's only later that we may realize that We may have technically won the argument because we're perhaps better at framing the argument, choosing our words better, bringing up facts better. We may be better skilled in that than the other person. But it doesn't make the fact that we're right. It's just that we're able to browbeat or, beat into submission, and the other person knew he wasn't getting anywhere and couldn't formulate perhaps his or her arguments as well, as craftily as the other person. And that's why the argument was won. But that's all the victory was, and proves to be more empty than worth anything of value. No, the person that really won is the one that walked away from it, deciding this is not worth pursuing, it's not worth stressing myself out, pulling my hair out, trying to get through to somebody that doesn't want to listen to reason, that just wants to be right. And walking away, moving on, getting on with life, with the important things, that's the real winner. So he may have lost the argument on a technicality, I would say, but in the long term, he's won. He's won at the game of life. He's won because he's got his priorities right. He's won because he's concentrating on more important things. And I think it's the reason that this knight here that sat on the ground and mixed all the fallen swords, the reason he's looking a bit more dejected is perhaps he's got all these swords here, but what are they used to? We can only use one at a time. And he's on his own. And he's maybe realizing that he's actually worse off than when he started. So he's not really won anything. It's what they call a Pyrrhic victory. So the lesson that this tells us, and it was the lesson that this card was trying to teach me, is that you may think you're right, and you want to prove to the world that you're right all the time. But it's okay. You don't have to be proven right all the time. You don't have to win every argument. Even if you're right in your viewpoint, and the other person's wrong, but they seem to be winning the day, that's okay. It's all right. It doesn't make you a failure. It just means that we need to pick our battles carefully. We need to pick our arguments carefully. We need what we care about. What's really of value? Are we fighting over trivial matters that really doesn't matter who's right? Are we standing up for truth? Are we standing up for something of value? That's worth fighting for. But even then, you're limited on how receptive the other person to that is. And if they have got a shield up and won't listen to reason and won't listen to good thought out argument, you're wasting your energy. You're tiring yourself out. This person is not going to be won over. But maybe somebody else is. So maybe you need to save your energy for that other person that you could convince, that you could win over. So this is like, if there's a situation going on around you like this, is that make sure that this one is a winnable fight or argument, whatever you want to term it. And is it one of value? And be careful of wasting your energy on the wrong thing and on the wrong people. Some people just can't be reached. They're not at that point. Other people, maybe. And those are the ones you need to put your energy into. And also, don't be this person. Be more the person walking away from a meaningless battle. Don't be the person that fights at all costs, even the cost of friendship, to win at something that isn't really of that importance, that you just want to be proved right. Don't be that guy. I've been that guy many times, and that's what the card was. It kept coming up for me at a certain point in my life, told me that, listen, you don't have to be it doesn't mean you're any less of a person. In fact, it makes you a better person because you're prioritizing what you consider of value. And that's the lesson of the Five of Swords. Learn when to fight, learn when to walk away. That's the lesson here. Very quickly, because I spent most of the time I normally spend on the tarot card, but as I say, I've had a bit of a history with the Five of Swords, and friends of mine would testify to that. Okay, let's follow the leader. Or be the leader. Lead the path in your response. Follow the path. Don't just do it for the sake. Do it because it's what you are led to do, what you are driven to do. Don't because it's what you value. Follow somebody else's example. Follow him as the leader, walking away when it's right to walk away. But also be that person to lead others away from these meaningless arguments. Lead the way by your example, to not be this guy. That is, I believe, the message of the cards today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 29. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.